Insights with Terri Coots, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Coots. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Thanks for joining me. We'll explore together April the 12th through the 19th, 2026. Let's see what they have in store for us together, shall we? Alrighty, now, sun sign is still in Aries. Aries' ruling planet is the god of war, Mars. So we talked about that last week. Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, that is in Pisces until the 16th. And on the 16th, that turns into Aries. Now, then we have the sun sign and how we think in Aries. And god of war, Mars, and actually, Mars, the planet, is in Aries now. That happened on the 10th. So almost right across the board here, soon we're going to be in all fire energy. Right now we have a little bit of water with Mercury being in Pisces. That can dampen a little bit of some of this. But this can be really good and it can be very difficult. How are we going to make it for ourselves? And that's what we have to look at. Because we can orchestrate some of our own personal life. Above us, the globe, we don't have the strength or the tools, let's say, to change some of our leaders' minds. But what we do have to look at is we can send energy, and when we glob together and become a community, that can be effective. So don't lose hope here. So this passion, this energy field that allows for us to be passionate about something. I mean, the war in Iran, call it what it is. It's a war that the United States and Israel instigated. It's a war. So people are going to die, even though they do memes and they're doing games and all of that stuff. What we have to look at is we have to look at how are we going to react to it, and how are we going to encourage this reactive, mad kind of energy, or are we going to try to dissipate some of that and turn the passion into something that's productive and not non-productive? That's our choice, to redirect that passion, that energy, and send it someplace productive. And then Venus, the planet of love and beauty and attraction, is in Taurus. So that gives us some stability to be able to do it. Taurus, the bull, if you've ever met a bull, they're strong, they're solid. And when they decide to do something, they can be very determined. Can they get reactive? Absolutely, but they're not reactive like Aries. They're more thought-filled before they respond to something. So we have a chance right now to engage the universe in our thoughts, in our energy, because it's a lot of energy that's out there. Then we extrapolate that, and the moon, which changes in a day or 2 days or 3 days, the moon is very active. On Monday, the 13th, it's in Pisces. That's your water sign. So we can drizzle a little bit of water on some of this fire energy if we want to cool it down, tamp it down a little bit. We don't want to put the fire out, and we don't want to get our water burnt up and turned into a dry freeze here. So it's about balance. And then on Thursday, the moon moves into Aries. So then that's a lot of Aries, right? We got the change of the moon into Aries, and we've also got Mercury, the planet of our mind and processing, turning into Aries. So just be prepared maybe for a short fuse. You might feel like you have a bit of a short fuse. Be aware of how you're responding to your life, and are you encouraging fire in other people, which is a fight, or are you helping to drizzle a little water on some of the hot coals that are there and making that steam and more powerful? And then towards the end of the week, we're moving into Taurus. And that is, again, that solid, stable energy. So we can really pull on that if we want to be conscious and mindful. On the 17th, that new moon that I promised you was coming that allows us, and that's in Aries too, that allows us to be able to new patterns we get to look forward to, how do I want to be viewed by other people? How do I want to view myself? What new patterns would I like to develop in myself? New ways of thinking or responding to life. It's a wish come true kind of thing. So look at how you would like yourself to be, and how do you want to project yourself. On that note, some of the cards that I pulled for us are in that vein, which is, oh wow, awesome. It's signals, which is an ability to listen and hear what the universe is telling us, and be able to respond to it and send out our own messages back. So the communication is good. It's like picking up the phone and it just turns on, and you get to send your text out and it's gone. So it's responsive. Whereas sometimes when the internet is dragging, it might take a while for this to occur. The internet of life right now is not dragging. Everything is full speed, fast, fast, fast. So you're going to feel that your life is fast, that you're just being gone. You get up in the morning and then it's time to put your pajamas on. Like, what happened to the day? That kind of fast. And global events and weather events are going to be that fast as well. So basically, you're trying to find your seat in the saddle. If I'm sitting on a horse and that horse is going to move forward, which is what all this energy is doing to us, moving us forward, wanting us to move forward in our lives. If I'm sitting behind, I'm going to fall off. Even if I'm sitting up straight, I'm not prepared for the forward momentum. That means I have to lean into it a little bit, lean forward a little bit, be ready for the rapid movement of things. And that's what the universe is trying to get us to respond to. Also, the High Priestess came up, which is a major card, which is trying to get us to really use that intuitive energy field that they are trying to get us to engage with and engage in. So this is an energy field that allows us, and it doesn't come up all that often, but it's allowing us to be aware and conscious and cognitive of what our own tools are. And whether we believe it or not, I mean, a person can come into my house and say, well, I don't believe in chairs. Well, you don't have to believe in chairs, but I do, so I can sit on one. You can't. You have to stand. So they're trying to open us up to new possibilities and new ways of thinking, and they will direct us. They will guide us. They're trying to help us be more moral in some of our choices and some of our awareness. They're trying to get us to look within, inside of ourselves, learning about our feelings, trusting that inner voice for ourselves, and being in the subconscious. Subconscious doesn't mean we have to be totally aware of it. I subconsciously breathe, but that doesn't mean I have to be unaware of my breathing patterns or my breath. I can get into that. And that's what they're trying to get us to do, to learn about it, to recognize what our past conditioning has been, the old world order. We were conditioned to think that the United States is good, that the United States always does the right thing, whether it's true or not. That's what we were conditioned to believe. We were conditioned to believe that they would always fight for the right side. Well, there's new. Now we have to look within. Is this true? Hidden issues that have been hidden are coming to the surface, so things are going to be revealed. Hidden influences. So this esoteric knowledge that's coming to us will help us to be aware by plumbing the depths of certain situations and certain events that maybe have had some invisible aspects are now going to come to the surface. They're bubbling to the surface. What are we going to do with that knowledge? Are we still going to blindly follow? There was a trucker that they interviewed. I can't help it. He's a trumper, a dyed-in-the-wool trumper. And when they interviewed him, and he's trying to fill up his long-distance vehicle, and it's costing him a lot of money because of the price of diesel, he said, well, I don't like the war, but Trump must have a good reason for it, so I'm going with it. To me, that doesn't make sense. To me, if something's squawking like a duck and it's flapping like a duck and it's walking like a duck, it must be a duck. You can tell me that's a pigeon, but inside, I really believe that's a duck. But some people will say, well, they said it's a pigeon, it must be a pigeon. This is where we're coming to a turning point in our own personal lives and our own public lives. So there's going to be some decisions in the next little bit that will evolve around some of the tools that we're developing. And these decisions will be very important that we're going to have to make in our lives, some of you more than others. And these decisions will not necessarily be paired with all the information that we want, but the universe is trying to make us go inside of ourselves and say, what does it feel like to you? And then make a decision accordingly. They're asking us to hang on as hard as we can to the positive aspects of everything. Don't let the negative drag us down into a spiral that we can't get out of. So if you start to recognize maybe you're listening to the news too much, or you're around people that are negative and downers, what do they call them? Down debbies. Don't. Remove yourself. Go find somebody that's happy, or just make yourself happy, or listen to Charlie's Big 8 radio and listen to the oldies when we thought life was so much easier and simpler. It was, because we were innocent. And make yourself happy. Do what you need to make yourself happy and pull people up, not push them down. It's so important right now. They're trying to get us to be aware of that. And for some reason, this week especially, and maybe for a month or better, they're wanting us to look at our health, to be very aware of what we're eating, what we're thinking, what we're drinking, what we're doing. Are we encouraging good health in ourselves? Because we're going to need that strength and that resource. And so many people that I'm working with now are ill, and the doctors can't find out what's wrong with them. So, what is this? So I think it's being kind of sort of left up to us to try to keep our health on a good level so that we can have the resources to do what we need to do and be aware of it. A stupid example, but one that I'll just bring up. I've gotten rid of all my plastic containers because of the PFAS and all the forever chemicals. Not like at my age that it's probably going to matter that much, but it makes me feel better. And I'm learning to cook on cast iron. I have a beautiful set of beautiful cast iron. They're cheap, right? And I've seasoned them. They're gorgeous. They make a different flavor to my food. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm having fun cooking with them, knowing that I'm not introducing things into people's bodies that are eating my food or my own or my dog's. And then it's really funny. There's been a lot of people come with readings that have been very low in iron lately, and it just seems to be symbolic that I know that cast iron, when you cook on cast iron, you are transferring some of the iron to your diet. If you are high in iron, that'd be the last thing in the world that you wanted to cook on. But most of us are not high in iron. It's a specific disease that I cannot pronounce. It's high. You were naturally born that way, but most women that are menstruating or young children that need that iron to grow and have good hemoglobin, that cast iron is adding to it, not taking away from it. But you do have to love the little pans to keep them in good shape. They're not like the Teflon that can just be abused and be okay. On that note, what I'm saying is try to find in your life what you can do to make yourself better, to help your health, to make yourself feel better about something that you're doing. Make good choices. That's what they want us to do. So, again, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with me while we explore this week. I'm so grateful. Really, you have no idea of the time that you take to listen to this. And listen to your guides, because I'm hoping that your guides will put into your mind things that maybe I didn't say, and you'll take it the way you need to for your own personal life. And I want to thank from the bottom of my heart Charlie O'Brien, who puts the podcast up on all the different platforms. Thank you, Charlie. And again, listen to his, if you want to feel good for a few moments, listen to the Big 8 Radio. He streams on Big Number 8 radio.com, and you can't help but feel good. You can't help but dance. You just try not to dance when you hear that song. And if I can help you in any way and you'd like a reading or any help with your animal, feel free to text or call 519-726-6699. Or you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody, so much. Have a wonderful week. Take care of each other. Love you. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.